Imagine watching strange lights dart across the night sky. Could they be visitors from another world? What if it's something far stranger, an ancient spirit masquerading as an alien craft? In this video, we unravel a truth the mainstream won't tell you. UFOs are not extraterrestrials, but spiritual beings foretold in the Bible and ancient books. We'll soar through the visions of prophets like Ezekiel, peer into the Book of Enoch's watchers, and decode Revelation's warnings, all to expose the alien deception. Stay with us, because the real story is more dramatic than any science fiction. Millennia before sci-fi movies, the prophet Ezekiel saw a breathtaking vision in the heavens. He described wheels within wheels, aflame with lightning, borne by four-faced winged creatures. It sounds like a UFO sighting, glowing discs, synchronized movements. But notice what Ezekiel said. These were cherubim, angelic living creatures, carrying God's glory. They weren't aliens, they were God's angels. Many UFO enthusiasts actually read Ezekiel's account as a spacecraft. But as one Christian pastor observes, when UFO proponents read the book of Ezekiel, they see UFOs, when the text clearly identifies them as angels. In other words, ancient Israel's spaceship was really a spiritual throne room. And the Bible isn't silent about extraterrestrials or aliens at all. It talks about spiritual powers. Remember Paul's warning, "We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." This is cosmic spiritual warfare, not an intergalactic alien encounter. Even Scripture admits deception by appearance. The Apostle Paul writes, "Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light." In plain terms, evil can look good or miraculous. Bright lights in the sky, miracles and wonders. Those can all be fronts for dark spirits. Ezekiel's vision ended with a glorious throne and a voice from above, but its imagery was symbolic, meant to reveal God's sovereignty. Today's miracle lights could similarly be signs from another dimension, not kindly astronauts. Long before Ezekiel, Jewish tradition passed down a story about the Watchers. These were angels who defied God and came to earth, taking human wives and teaching forbidden knowledge. The Book of Enoch, an ancient text quoted in Jude, recounts how 200 Watchers took human women as wives and had children with them. They also taught humans many forbidden skills. God condemned these fallen angels for their actions. The offspring were the Nephilim, giants who terrorized the earth. Why mention the Watchers? Because UFO lore often mirrors that story. Today's alien abductions and angels from space narratives echo fallen angels sharing advanced science or interbreeding with humanity. What if those mythic aliens are actually the same rebel spirits, just with modern tech or illusions? The Book of Enoch suggests the Watchers had advanced knowledge, metallurgy, cosmetics, astronomy, even what sounds like technologies, which they claimed to humanity. In other words, what looks like science to us might be sorcery from them. Consider this. UFO disclosure could be the latest chapter of the Watchers saga. Every generation has its vision of gods from above. Ancient people saw the fiery throne of God or angels. Modern people see flying saucers and gray-skinned visitors. But the root issue is the same: supernatural beings influencing humanity. Genesis 6 hints at the first alien encounter, sons of God with daughters of men, the Nephilim. Ezekiel's wheels reaffirmed angelic chariots. Revelation will later describe angels and demons warring. The Bible never says little green men. It speaks of angels, good and bad, intervening in human history. The Bible's final book, Revelation, is full of vivid imagery: dragons, beasts, plagues. But it also warns of deception. False prophets will arise, even showing signs to deceive, if possible, even the elect. For example, Revelation 13 describes a false prophet doing great wonders. In Revelation 16:14, they are called the spirits of devils, working miracles to gather humanity for war. Notice, spirits, not aliens. So if powerful signs come from above, Scripture calls them demonic in origin, not extraterrestrial. The apostles also warn us directly. Paul said, "The mystery of lawlessness is already at work, and then the lawless one will be revealed." Peter and Paul both predicted the rise of false Messiah figures and prophets who lead people astray. If UFOs are presented as angels bringing salvation, we must recall these warnings. Are they guiding us to God or away from Him? In this age of information, the spiritual battlefield is masked as science fiction. Worldviews shape us. If we grow up watching alien movies and sci-fi, we become primed to accept UFO visitors as good. As apologist Gary Bates bluntly notes, the evolutionary worldview, coupled with a diet of science fiction and a decline of traditional religious beliefs, has prepared the world for the arrival of the Space Brothers and their new religion. In other words, culture has conditioned us to expect cosmic saviors. Think about it. Contactees often return from their experiences with New Age beliefs or occult interests. The jarring truth is that many who embraced UFOs claim the aliens told them to reject Jesus and embrace a cosmic consciousness. One researcher observed that UFO abductees commonly have altered worldviews afterwards, shifting away from the historic Christian faith. These alien visitations encourage us to rely on spirit contacts, channeling and self-deification. This is no coincidence. It fits the Watcher's pattern, granting secret knowledge and turning people away from God. Today, the UFO phenomenon is mainstream news. Leaked military videos, government reports, and Netflix specials portray UFOs as the ultimate mystery. But pause and ask, if these were really friendly interstellar travelers, why hide until now? The laws of physics say a spaceship can't just zip at warp speed into Earth's atmosphere. As one Christian analyst points out, the only way UFOs make sense is spiritually. There are no little green men traveling between the stars. There are spiritual beings visiting our planet from another dimension. The Bible calls them demons or fallen angels. These spiritual visitors have an agenda. Notice how alien messages often align with New Age and occult beliefs. UFO mythos promotes pantheism, reincarnation, and self-worship, exactly the things a demonic lie would emphasize. Gary Bates warns that Space Brothers endorse a counterfeit or substitute religion designed to keep people away from the knowledge of the true Creator God. In short, the aliens claim to bring enlightenment, but it's really an agenda to dethrone Christ. The implication is staggering. When lights flash in the sky, it might not be ET. It could be the greatest spiritual hoax ever. Remember, the enemy has always tried to counterfeit God's revelations. God showed real miracles through Jesus and the prophets. These alien miracles, by contrast, demand a form of worship and submission. They promise salvation through technology or consciousness shifts instead of faith. Even the dreaded final deception is suggested. Some claim only UFO believers, the new enlightened ones, will be saved, reversing the Bible's teaching on the rapture. This is a perversion of prophecy. By now you should sense the urgency. This is spiritual warfare. Deceptive sights in the sky are signs and wonders that could lead souls astray. The Bible tells us to test everything. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits, whether they are of God. When a bright orb appears overhead, test it. Is its message honoring Jesus or not? Before we conclude, let's reinforce this revelation. UFOs aren't visitors from another planet. They're echoes of an age-old deception. The theology of aliens is a modern cover story. As a pastor warns, The paranormal rush and media hype will shake even the faithful. But Scripture gives the ultimate authority. So what can you do? First, stay vigilant. Keep your faith rooted in the Bible, not in Hollywood's imagination. Ephesians 6 says to put on the armor of God when facing dark powers. Pray for discernment. And share this message. Tell your friends to look beyond the surface of those UFO stories. Now, if you're not yet a member of our truth-seeking community, click subscribe and join us. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an eye-opening investigation.